Hi, this is Rachel from the Life Facilitator, and I'm here today to do a quick flip through of my planner for the month of June using the Cocoa Daisy Lemon Grove kit, and then also a plan with me. This month I'm using a standard traveler's notebook, standard TN size, and I'm using it for my planning and then also for my memory keeping, journaling, whatnot. So here's my setup. I have a bunch of the goodies in my pockets, and then I keep the smaller stickers on hand inside the traveler's notebook, and then the bigger stickers in a separate storage area. I am playing around with a Dutch door setup this month. I have done this previously in a B6 size, and so I'm trying it out in the standard size. So what I mean by that is there's the week on the top of the page, across the top, and then there are daily pages on the bottom. This looks a lot more complicated to make than it actually is. All you have to do is trim out however many pages you need on the bottom, and then you adhere the opposite page on the back of the Sunday or Saturday Sunday page. So I did that for the whole month, and I did mess up once, but that's all right. For the pages that had a lot of decoration on the daily page, I just I adhered one of the notepad pages there, so I have more room to write. And then I decided for the rest of the month to do Saturday, Sunday on one daily page, just because I don't have a lot of agenda items on those days. In the middle of the insert, I am doing a bucket list, and I have sticky notes on those pages, and then some other June goals. We are traveling again for the month, for the second part of June, so I have my traveling notes on on 2 pages, and then more trip notes will go behind that, and then the rest of them, actually the weeks that we are traveling, go behind those pages. So again, month or week at the front, at the top of the page, and then daily pages on the bottom. And then again, week on the top, and then daily pages on the bottom. So that's how I have the setup for my June traveler's notebook. And then this is the simple dory that I will more likely use for just journaling than I will for actual memory keeping. So we'll see how that goes. Do a little of both in both the inserts. I have an extra notes insert for just all things notes. We are actually moving in July, so I will have a lot of notes to take, and I will put them in here. And yep, so that's the setup for my traveler's notebook. I've made a page marker using the acetate, and then a tab from the kit, and then added the little, I don't know, what do we call this? I can't think of the name of it, but I just adhered it to the end, partly so that I can find it easily in the insert. And yeah, so that's my setup for this month. I've added some charms on the front. I actually took one of the clips and took the charm off of it, and then added it to the elastic instead. And so that's my setup for my main planner for the month, and then I'm using the notepad holder as my wallet, and I have a B6 insert that I will also be using, I think likely for very specific moving plans. So let's get started with Plan With Me. So I'm going to be planning this upcoming week. So I will be doing this first week of June. I've already added a couple things at the top that are things I need to remember. And then I've put a few sticky notes in as well for things that I need to do. I'm not working right now. I actually just finished up my job last month, and so my schedule looks a little different. It's a lot more to-dos and a lot more open space, which means more room to decorate. So that's what I plan to do. All right, let's get started. So I'm going to pull some things from my pencil pouch to get started. I'm putting my most used tools in my little pencil pouch, I think from last month, and then I'm going to get started. I'm going to actually start with Saturday because I know that there's a couple die cuts that I want to use to denote a pool party on Saturday. And so I'm starting with what I know I want to use, because if I don't, I will forget to use it. And I had put the note to myself on a sticky note, and I'm actually going to use the sticky note as the sort of backer for this cluster. And so I'll use the summer living die cut and then the sunglasses as well. I'm going to move these around like 100 times, but that's actually the thing I like about this glue pen, is that it's very good adhesive, but it also comes up nicely. And then I'm going to put a box to denote the event. And I know I wrote it below, but I was trying to write it nicer on top. So now I have this little cluster, which is denoting the little pool. Oh, right, and this cute little sticker with the little sunglasses in the mason jar. So something I love about using a Dutch door is that the daily planning gives me more room to make a little more, well, these clusters if I want to. It also just gives more room for to-do lists and just general notes to myself. Later on, I'm going to put a heart on each day, and so I'm trying to do a little happy note to myself of something good that happened every day, and so the heart helps to denote that. It'll be hard to see in the video, but I will end up putting it in there. I also love using the Dutch door because it encourages me to use the big box stickers, and so I will mention that I'm not currently working right now, and we are in the midst of a huge planning for a big move, and so my schedule looks really different than normal. And so this is a good video to show, like, I'm just adjusting currently to my new schedule, and so my planning's going to look a little different too, and it's going to take a while before I'm sort of used to planning without as many sort of meetings and conference calls and the things that I had previously. Just sort of more open time. And so actually planning like this and really setting aside tasks that I need to do each day helps actually not stress. It keeps me less stressed. So I think it's really important, especially when your schedule changes, to take that time to figure out, what are your priorities? What do you need to do, especially when your schedule is not set for you? I'm choosing to have a this week section for my Dutch door part, and so I'll have a tracker that will track my my organizing and actually decluttering and destashing of each room. So each day I will tackle a different room, and then also just a master to do for the week. Again, I really love these box stickers, and sometimes when I'm planning vertically, I feel guilty if I use one because then it takes up too much space. And so I love daily planning for this reason, and the Dutch door allows me to have both the vertical layout and the daily layout all in one area. I will eventually move that sticker. Yep. And I am just not afraid to pull up stickers. If it rips the page, it rips the page. I will likely put something over it anyways. So I'm pretty bold with my pulling up of stickers. And so I'm actually going to cut this sticker in half, half-ish, so that I can use part of it peeking out of that appointment, and then also peeking out of the clipboard with the quote on it. And I'm just adding a couple icons to a couple of the other sections. And yeah, so here's me sort of trying to figure out what I want to put on each day and what I was really even doing each day. So I decided Wednesday was going to be errands, which is good because then that reminded me, okay, Thursday I need to get my planner de-stashed totally in order, and another little icon. One thing to note, I don't really have rules when it comes to where I place box stickers and decorative elements, other than I don't like things aligned. So I like to offset as much as possible things. So you will rarely see me putting two stickers in the same, like, flush with each other. Yeah, and here's me marking that Thursday is sort of the day to get my de-stashes listed and out. And my master to-do list for the week is going on there, and then here's me adding my clean out for each day. So each day there's a different area of the house we're gonna focus on. By the way, leave a comment if you have any tips on like some hack when it comes to moving that has worked really well for you. We have not moved in a few years, and so we, although for a while we were moving like every year, and so we're kind of out of the habit of it. We moving is just terrible. Like nobody likes moving. If you like moving, you will have to leave a comment and tell me why. We're excited about our move, but it's always a lot to actually get it done. Yep, here's me adding those little hearts so that I have a section on each day to put something good that happened and a memory. This helps me when I'm memory planning later or memory keeping later. Love that little sticker. That was so cute. I had a hair attached to the back of my traveler's notebook. No big deal. That lemon is going to finally get a spot. I've like moved it around 18 times. And I'm going to layer a little box over it. Looking at it now, it sort of looks like a moon, but that's fine. And I'm really trying to use these die cuts. I think I've said this in another video, but I am often one to forget to use the die cuts, and they're so cute. But I'm much more likely to use the die cuts when I have a setup like this because I feel like I have more room to actually include them. And so while this looks maybe a little undone right now, each day I will go back and add a little bit of more information for the daily sections. And so it's maybe a little more white space than I'm used to right now, but it'll be filled, definitely be filled by the end of the week. So I'll make sure to do a flip through once the week is over. Yep, here's me pulling up stickers again. And amazingly, like I didn't rip it, and it left a little residue, but no big deal. I'll just put a sticker over it. Yep, plans change. Pull up the sticker or put a sticker over it. That's usually my go-to. And so I'm just making sure that the top weekly section matches the actual daily section and that I didn't leave anything out. I'm going to add a little bit more decoration to that box. It just looked a little sad, just kind of sitting there. I will attempt to use these die cuts and it will not work. And I'll eventually grab and trim down a box sticker and add it to that section. I never worry about putting blank box stickers on my pages because I will inevitably put something in there. So it doesn't really worry me to have an empty box sticker on my pages. They will get used. adding one more thing again to make sure that the top and bottom are the same. I know that feels redundant, but it's sort of the same as having a monthly section and a weekly section. For me, I'm just not a monthly planner, but I do need, even if I'm using the Dutch door, I do need to see my whole week visually, and then to have the daily section underneath. So it's a little redundant to write it twice, but it also helps me remember exactly what my schedule is going to look like, even if it's a schedule I'm like forcing on myself. um, Washi is sometimes I don't know why, but I forget about washi because it's like one of the best ways to just add a little something to the page without it being overwhelming. And my little trick here is I actually ripped the washi in half so it had a rough edge on it, so it actually looks more cohesive with the page instead of just sort of a strip of washi across the bottom. And I do this a lot. It helps me actually use the washi more. And back into the planner. I'm really excited about being in a standard size this month. I haven't been in a standard for a while, and so um, it's still one of my favorite sizes, and I'm excited to use it again this month. Thanks for watching.